President Trump rolls out new guidelines for reopening the country, but says state leaders will ultimately make the final call.
A grim reminder, the coronavirus threat is far from over. LA County health officials reporting 55 new deaths today.
And the Pasadena Convention Center being transformed into a treatment facility for coronavirus patients. Hello, I'm Colleen Sullivan.
I'm Ellen Leva. We are live on ABC 7 and streaming live on ABC7.com and the ABC 7 Los Angeles app. We begin with President Trump unveiling national guidelines to reopen the country amid a world pandemic.
The president eager to jumpstart the tanking economy. Eyewitness News reporter Giovanna Lara is live following the new developments from the ABC 7 Content Command Center, and she joins us now with the very latest. Giovanna?
Ellen and Colleen, President Trump unveiled his plan during a conference call with the nation's governors this afternoon, and he told the governors that they could reopen their states before May 1st if they chose to. Now, ABC News obtained a copy of the president's plan, and we can tell you that the plan to reopen the American economy consists of 3 graduated phases. Now, these are guidelines, not formal orders, and the governors will have the freedom to move through the phases at their own pace. Now, here's the plan. Phase 1 calls on employers to telework where possible, return to work in phases, minimize non-essential travel, and make accommodations for vulnerable populations within the workforce. Vulnerable individuals should shelter in place, social distancing should continue, and gatherings of 10 or more should be avoided. In Phase 2, non-essential travel for employers can resume, schools and organized youth activity can reopen, bars, gyms, churches, and large venues can reopen as long as proper social distancing measures are in place. Also, elective surgeries can resume. California Governor Gavin Newsom was on that phone call with President Trump today, and he feels the federal government will support more testing.
He led with a focus and an appreciation the need to do more testing and maintained that the federal government will be doing much more still in that space, which will only further help our efforts. We are certainly not attaching ourselves to the federal efforts, but we're encouraged to hear more in that space.
Now, the guidelines say that the states should meet certain criteria before beginning a phased reopening, and that criteria includes a downward trajectory of documented cases within a 14-day period, robust testing in place for at-risk health care workers, and that hospitals must continue to be able to treat all patients without crisis care. We're live in the newsroom. Giovanna Lara, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Giovanna. And here's a look at the number of coronavirus cases in our area. LA County is now reporting 10,854 cases with 55 new deaths, the highest one-day total so far. Riverside County is up to over 2,100 cases. Orange County has more than 1,400. San Bernardino inching closer to the 1,000 mark, and Ventura County reports 365 cases.
Again, a grim new milestone in the coronavirus emergency. LA County had the largest increase in new deaths for the 3rd consecutive day.
Yeah, there have been 55 new deaths and nearly 400 new cases. Eyewitness News reporter Annabelle Munoz is live with the latest details on the COVID-19 emergency in LA County. Annabelle?
Hi, Ellen and Colleen. Unfortunately, we do continue to see this upward trend here in Los Angeles County. As you just mentioned, the highest daily death toll so far. And we also heard from Governor Gavin Newsom today, who gave us some perspective on statewide conditions, as well as an executive order that will expand or extend rather supplemental paid sick leave to workers who are on the front lines. Here's what we heard during today's LA County and statewide briefings.
I'm really sad to report 55 additional deaths today. This is the highest daily total we've reported after reporting high totals both yesterday and the day before. And it really reflects the devastating power of COVID-19.
A lot of folks could easily dial it in, file for unemployment insurance, call it a day, wait for this thing to pass. But there's dignity with work, and no one that I know of in this essential workforce has done that. And with dignity comes respect and admiration.
Now, Governor Gavin Newsom announced he signed an executive order that would apply to workers in the entire food chain that allows for 2 weeks supplemental paid sick leave for those who have come down with COVID-19, been exposed to it, or under isolation or quarantine orders by local health officials. He says this extends to larger fast food chains as well as agricultural workers and more. At a statewide level, here are the latest numbers. There are 890 deaths so far. There was a slight decrease in the number of people across the state who are hospitalized with COVID-19, but Governor Newsom warned that is just data from one day. It is too early to consider this a trend, so it's important to keep that in mind. On another note, LA County also announced a partnership in which they were able to provide 50,000 non-medical disposable masks to many workers on the front lines. Some of those distributions went to the Dream Center in Echo Park, as well as SEIU workers, and they encourage people who either want to receive supplies or have the ability to make a donation to visit bizfeedinstitute.org. Reporting live, Annabelle Munoz, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Annabelle, thank you. A procession got started about an hour ago for a retired Orange County Fire Authority firefighter who died last night of COVID-19. The fire department held a procession for Ken Cayley just about an hour ago. The procession escorting the body as it was transported from the hospital to the mortuary. Eyewitness News has learned that Cayley was a 59-year-old engineer with the department since 1982. He retired just over 2 years ago. Cayley died last night at Mission Hospital. He was in the hospital for over 2 weeks. Loved ones were at the mortuary to receive the body along with members of the department who saluted their fallen comrade as he passed by covered with the American flag.
In Pasadena, the city's convention center is now treating coronavirus patients who are showing mild symptoms. As Eyewitness News reporter Rob Hayes tells us, the city is preparing for a possible surge in the number of cases.
What do you call a convention center in unconventional times? Well, in Pasadena, they call it a potential lifesaver. The city taking its COVID-19 idled convention center and turning it into a FEMA-compliant COVID-19 treatment facility, one that can house up to 250 subacute COVID-19 patients. Those are the ones not showing severe symptoms of the virus.
It doesn't take the place of the hospital, but it's a really good alternative for them to use in case they have a surge of patients that don't necessarily need a hospital bed, but just need some sort of care.
More serious cases would be sent to local hospitals. Pasadena's health department says recent modeling shows a surge in COVID-19 cases may hit in the near future. And if it does, Pasadena may need as many as 400 additional beds. Now, the accommodations here are Spartan at best. You have a 10-foot by 10-foot area with cloth walls, cot to lay on, a bin for your personal items, and just a chair to sit on.
Our best case scenario would be if our stay-at-home practices make us not need to use this facility at all. That would be our goal.
The treatment center does come with a price tag pegged at $700,000. Healthcare equipment and staffing is being picked up by Huntington Medical Center, which is ready to move in should a COVID-19 spike show up.
Really all we need to do is bring the medical staff and the medical devices, and we're ready to go. We're prepared for this. We have an emergency operations plan right now that we're executing, and it's working well.
In Pasadena, Rob Hayes, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
We have resources to help you through these challenging times. Everything you need to know available at the top of the homepage on abc7.com. You can see who's hiring, get unemployment resources, and find the list of local food banks. ABC7 is committed to helping you and keeping your family safe.